Between the Lines with Margo, the podcast for those aspiring fast-pitch softball players who want to take their game to the next level, create a legacy of leadership and respect, both on and off the field. Again, it is time to invest to be the best.
Hey guys, this is Margo with Her You, and today I am with my friend Mel. She coaches at Warren High School. She is an amazing softball coach. Her team right now is 12-0 in district, which they are in a very, very competitive district in San Antonio. They're ranked number 6 in the nation on Max Prep and 15 nationally on Max Prep. So she is an awesome brain to pick. We're going to ask her a couple of questions and get to know her a little bit. Mel, welcome. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your Saturday to hang out with me. I appreciate it so much.
Awesome. Glad to be here, Margo. Thanks for everything. I'm enjoying, softball season. So I'm glad to, kind of pick other people's brains if they want to. So glad to talk to you.
Yeah, definitely. So Mel, you played at Incarnate Word, right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. And so from there, you went into select coaching and now you're doing the high school grind, right?
Right. Yeah. So I started select probably when I was like 18 or 19, on the summers. Yeah. So I've been coaching for quite a bit. And I did like the little babies, like the 8U at that age. Went to Incarnate Word, played all 4 years there. And then I did 1 year of grad assistant at Incarnate Word too. So after that, yeah, a little bit, a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I did enjoy college. Yeah. College was fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And yeah. And then Marshall, I got 2014, I started coaching. So at Marshall High School, I was the assistant coach, assistant volleyball, 2 years there, and then went to Warren. And this is my 5th year at coaching at Warren now.
Really? 5 years already? I feel like that's
nuts, right?
Much longer than I even thought.
And yeah, it's crazy.
That's wonderful. So tell me something that you're most proud about.
Well, every day I'm proud, and I know that's weird to say, but with life being so crazy and life being so short, I'm so happy that I have a job and I get to work with kids every day. So every single day, that's awesome. But I would definitely say as a coach, my 2nd year as a head coach at Warren, the freshmen that I have that are now seniors, I only had like 11 kids on varsity too that year, mind you. We went 5 rounds deep. We're a game away from state, and we lost to Canyon 2-0. And if you remember, that Canyon team had like Aaliyah Pritchett, the one that pitches for Baylor now. So yep. I mean, I'm just proud that those girls competed the whole time, and it was the same 9 every single game, series after series. And now they're seniors, so it's really cool to see them grow.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that is exciting. I remember that whole run that y'all had, and that was so exciting that y'all got to.
Yeah, it was cool.
So having that much success, obviously year 2, but you're still having so much success year 5. What are some of the major ideas that you think that are important offensively, defensively, and then your mental approach as a team that you focus on each season?
Yeah, so this year's a little bit different. Every year you kind of just have a feel for your team, how to talk to them, how to take a different approach. And me and my assistant coaches kind of like took a step back this year, and we were like, why are we stressing so much? Everybody stresses with the game of softball. So for the offensive idea, we just kind of like took it not to stress, because for so many years we struggled hitting the ball. Like we have a great pitcher, Annika Laterio, right? If we score 2 runs, no one's going to beat us. So we would win 2-0 when they were freshmen. So it was really stressful to only score. So this year, we were just like, hey, go out in the box and relax. If you hit, you hit. If you don't, you don't. Oh, well, you're going to get a new at bat. So the offensive idea is just like relax, have a plan in the box. If you fail, you fail. It's a game of softball. That's all you're going to do. So that offensive thing. Yeah, that offensive idea is just stop stressing. It's going to happen. Balls are going to fall. If you hit one right at them, oh, well, that's a game, So we just took that offensive idea to relax and not stress us, because I feel like as coaches, if we're stressed, the girls are going to pick that up and they're stressed too. So that's really helped us this year for that offensive idea.
That's great. Now, what about defensive?
So kind of about the same thing, but for the most part, I'm really big on defense. Like infield's my thing. And, my other assistant coach, Coach Morales, my husband, he's really big on outfield. So we kind of have a little different approach, but the main team goal is basically the same. But, you're going to fail. You're going to mess up. You're going to bobble the ball and you're going to be okay. But how you pick yourself after that error, that's what's going to help the team, right? How are you going to pick yourself up after that throw? But we do a lot of, infield work. We do a lot of everydays. It's just like going back to the basics, defense is just one of those things, we tell them all the time. How do you approach the next ball? That's basically it. So that's what we do a lot.
Having that short-term memory loss, both in the box,
yes,
on the field, just like there's, we were talking to another coach, kind of the exact same thing. Like you're, a great hitter is hitting 300, like everyone's going to make mistakes, but the point is to make the easy plays, the routine,
exactly,
throw the ball, catch the ball, all the things,
exactly.
So,
yeah.
And I bet you hear that from not only just high school, select, college, like professionals, like just make the easy plays.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. So what about the mental approach? What do you like overall, like when y'all start a game, I'm kind of getting the same vibe from you as like, relax, just go out there and do your thing, trust your training. But is there anything else that you tell them to, really get them focused in and honed in on like 12 wins in a row this season,
Yeah.
Is there anything that you say consistently to your team?
I always say, and I've said this probably every single year, you got to live in the moment, enjoy it, because why are you stressing about you're at bat already? Like, enjoy it. Enjoy the ground ball you're going to get, because guess what? You could have one ground ball that whole game and that's it, but I do a lot of also mindfulness. I don't know if you heard about that. We do a lot in health. So, it's like you need to be in that certain moment, right? You get that one ground ball. You're not worried about nothing. You're worried about that one ground ball and how are you going to go, right? How are you going to do it? So mindfulness it's coming into the athletic part aside. I think a lot of NBA players start doing it, a lot of breathing, it's weird. It's a lot of kids think it's like meditation, but it's like the new, not meditation, just like relax and breathe. And we do a lot of it in health. And I start doing it with the softball team. And, when it's stressful, we're down in the inning or whatever it is, I'm like, hey, let's all just take a deep breath in and out. And you have no idea how much that helps kids just to like,
it helps me.
Stop. Yes, me too. Just like stop,
Yes.
so
Slow
many
it
people
down.
stress. Yes. Yeah. So that mental side, and I always tell the girls, if you don't exercise your brain, it's like a body part. It's like a muscle, right? You have to get that your brain like a muscle, right? You have to keep working it out to, have good outcomes. So that's what I always tell them.
Yeah, I was actually just reading a book recently, and it was talking about how whatever you are training your brain to think is exactly what the outcome's going to be, obviously, but continuously, right? So like if you are always going to a negative mind or headspace, the likelihood of something bad happening probably is going to happen,
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
like whatever you're thinking is probably what's going to, come out and be your result. So it's called like happy habits or like positive habits, like always thinking like, hey, I'm going to be successful, whatever that definition is. I want to be successful in this at bat, play, inning, moment, whatever,
positive self-talk.
Yeah, because the game of softball is really kind of, it's in softball, it's not long in regards of time, but like the idle times and having to check in and then get back, or check out and then get back in it, like to focus up. There's a lot of that. So you have to be mentally tough to stay focused throughout the whole game. That's where the errors start. And I think that's where people lack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
especially, good.
Looking at your players, and I know you don't get to pick your players. You get what you get. I understand that. But like when you see your core group of girls, what kind of skill set, what kind of personality are you seeing in those girls?
Like so far the skill set, like you said, it's hard. We kind of get what we get. and you got to make do. But, I just look for that person that's going to stand out, show me what you're going to do. Are you going to be like the life of the party of the team? Or, are you going to be the one that's that leader that's going to be lead by example? So it's hard with high school, but you kind of just find somebody who stands out, someone that's not the average player that, because how many girls play softball? And we get a lot that want to try out that probably, shouldn't try out. So why should I pick you at the varsity? So anything to stand out.
And what about for select, when y'all are coaching the select teams in the summer? Like, is there a certain skill set that you're looking for, or a personality that you're looking for your organization?
So it's tough because I feel like, you're going to pick the kid that can field and can hit the ball, right? That's what you're looking for. But when I used to coach select, I would kind of look for someone that I could see that would be good in the weight room, if that makes any sense. Someone that's going to be an athlete, not even just on the softball field, but like in the weight room, if we're, going to be doing something. I'm really big on weights and, flexibility and functional training. So
Yes.
I kind of just see, how would she be in the weight room? And you can kind of tell as a coach, how athletic they are. Oh yeah, she's going to squat a lot. So I kind of look for that when, select, and for high school for sure.
Well, that's an interesting way to look at it for sure.
Yeah.
There is so many different movements in softball. I feel like people don't think it's like a super athletic sport, but if you can get those speedsters in there and you can get those power hitters, like you're going to be set. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So as a team at Warren, how do you motivate your girls? How do you get them going? Not just like in the game, but like outside of the game, outside of practice. Like, do y'all have like a vision board, or do you have anything like that helps stay motivated?
So in the off season, we have a big off season, right? We start in August and it goes all the way to January. So, we usually go hard about 4 days a week, and we'll do like 4 or 2 field days, and we'll do like 2 weight room days, or vice versa, 3 to 2, whatever it is, or 2 to 2. But usually on that Friday, I've brought to Warren Family Friday. So it's like a competition. If you get your job done the whole week, you worked hard, you get to have like competitiveness, right? We play kickball, or we do backward softball. We've done like a scavenger hunt, and I think we even done karaoke one time. So it's just like team bonding and team building, but also like you're still competitive because they're on different teams. So for off season, that's what we do. It's called Family Friday, and the girls actually really enjoy it.
That's
because
cool.
Yeah, because those 4 days, I mean, if you're working hard, right, in the weight room, we're running, we're conditioning, they look forward to that Friday. So in off season, that's what we do. And this year for actual season, the varsity, this is the first year we've done it. Just with COVID and everything, we're big family oriented. And this year we couldn't bring my daughter as much with, she likes to touch people and she doesn't know what's going on. So instead of that, we, kind of like a game ball, but we had a game elephant. So they named her, right? It used to be Bruno, but now if you see her, maybe you could show a picture, but she has like a headband, earrings, a nose ring, a mask. They call her Brunita now, but it's like who did well that game, right? So let's just say if our pitcher, had 13 strikeouts, 4 RBIs, she would get that elephant. She would have to take her home, make sure that she comes to practice. So she's just basically part of the team. And we picked an elephant because that was Daniela's like favorite stuffed animal. So Daniela could still be a part of the team, my daughter. But yeah, and I wrote it down real quick because I wanted to share what so elephant symbolizes good luck, strength, and power. So it's a cool thing that we brought to the team this year. So we're glad we did that.
Really neat. That's cool.
Yeah.
And they have, the best memories. So
right, exactly.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if there was one thing that you could change about the game in regards of anything, rules, practice, players you'd want, whatever, what would it be?
So in high school, it's a little bit different than I guess in college. But we can't really coach our players at all in the summer because just like the rules and all that. So, like for instance, if I did a travel ball team and one of my players wanted to, join the program that I'm in, like one of my Warren players, I wouldn't be able to coach her. I feel like if, you're taking the time out to have a different program, like a summer team, I feel like players should, if they want to go with you, they want to go with you. If they want to go with a different coach, then they can go with a different coach. But I think like coaching our kids in the summer, that would help us a lot because, we can, and if they want to play together and me coach them, that would be cool too. But another thing is I think the freaking slapper rule out of the box sucks because it's only advantage if you don't have slappers, right? So I just think that probably has to go.
You're the second person to say something about the slapper rule.
Yeah. And it's big now. They never used to call it in high school, but I think our slapper probably 2 or 3 times already out of the box.
Really? And if you could just explain what the slapper rule is that you're talking about so people don't know what the rule is.
Yeah. So from the left side, obviously the slapper, so the lefty is running through the box on a, slap, hit and run, whatever it is. Their whole foot has to stay inside the box. If it comes out of the box, then they are out. So, it could be like a little bit of a step like this.
Or just in general?
In general, at all. Like they don't even have to be hitting the ball half the time. If the umpire sees it, the umpire sees it. So if their foot is in front of the plate, out of the box, whatever it is, they're automatically out.
Wow. I did not know that it was without even contact. So that is it's crazy. Now at the high school level, some of the umpires, they might, they do a lot of different things in college. But I do watch a lot of college ball and I do see a lot of slappers still get called out of the box. Right.
That's becoming a big thing now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when we were playing, like slappers, like damn near ran to the pitcher, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
So I can imagine how much of a, adjustment that is for some girls,
Yeah. And they get frustrated because they're like, what the heck? I, got the best button down in my life and I would have been safe, but then they're out. So it's hard for them.
Definitely. So, Mel, what is your call to action? Do you have any camps or games coming up that you want our listeners to know about?
So we do have a summer camp. It's June 14th through the 16th. And it's only for obviously incoming warriors or kids that are going to Warren for 6th and 9th graders incoming. And then, any game, we would love support, right? We're a big family kind of program, but for the most part, I would say that last game of the season, we play Harlan on April 22nd. I believe it's a Thursday right before Battle of Flowers. So that game would be big for everybody to go to.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, great. Well, we wish you the best of luck in your season to come, and we hope to hear good things. Okay. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions for Coach Mel, just put them in the comments and we'll get with her to answer them. Thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to invest to be the best.
Thanks for joining us on Between the Lines with Margo. This podcast is brought to you by Hurt You Fast Pitch Softball. Hurt You provides instructional videos and video analysis for those fast-pitch softball players who want to build their skill set and achieve their goals both on the field and in life. Always invest to be the best.